All right, so the first question of the day is how do you create urgency when there is none?
Everywhere in sales training, they go, "Oh, you got to create urgency," and usually it comes off contrived, and you're usually trying to make it up. Like you ask, how do you create urgency when there is none? Well, I don't think you do. What we've found is that when we start talking with somebody in a sort of in a selling process, or we're trying to get them to buy buy a concept, by recommending us, buy our stuff, whatever the case is. And let's say it's a buyer. We're talking about a buyer. And so one of the first things we'll ask is something like, "How did you get into this business?" It's very conversational, but it's very intentional. We have very intentional questions that we ask, and one of them down there, not very far, is, "Well, what's the time frame? And when do you need this?" Like if we're selling credit card processing, go, "Oh, well, when do you need to be set up to accept cards?" And then right there, you'll find out how urgent it is to them. And so we don't have to create any urgency, but we will a little bit, because if if their need is immediate or even medium term, we'll go, "Wow, we really better get that going then, shouldn't we?" So then we pair it with a tie down, right? And they go, "Yeah, yeah, we really do." There's your urgency. If they go, "I don't really need it from, any time, and I'm just kind of checking it out, maybe next year," and you go, "Okay." So and then you don't waste their time nor yours, and you just sort of cut it short, and you go, "Oh yeah." Then you talk about a couple of things. You go, "Well, you know what? Things change so much. I mean, you see it in technology, don't you?" "Yeah, I do." "Exactly. That's what happens here." Or you see it in rates. Rates fluctuate. All these things change, you know. So, but if I could get an idea of what you're doing, and if we just keep in contact, like if you see some things out there, they go, "I really wanted to do this, that, and the other thing," let me know. And then when you're ready, would you say, like, in a year? Okay. Then we'll have everything all set to go. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. And that's anything to add to that one, Chuck?
No, I mean sometimes there just isn't, and don't try faking it because it doesn't
Yeah,
work, and then you'll never
yeah,
get it later when they are ready.
yeah,
Set it up just like John said. Go, "Oh, you're looking. Things change so much. Why don't we do this?" But then have a clear call to action at the end of the call, right? Go, "Hey, why don't we do this? I'll follow. If you're looking January and that's 3 months from now, I'll call you at the beginning of December, because that way we can make sure we do it all right." Just set expectations. Don't try to contrive something that's going to make you look
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
no.
Well, I know you don't need it but if you do it now, you get a free set of Ginsu steak knives.
Yeah,
Go,
right.
"No, no, 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 no."
Right.
Don't do that.
And then
Oh, really?
for
Yeah,
$9.95, yep,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. No, that's doesn't win friends and influence people. It does. It's not. It's cheap. You want to do this in a real sort of way. So later too, they appreciate how you dealt with them. So later,
Right,
when you're adding other things and you're asking for a referral, they appreciate how you handled them,
right,
how you handled yourself, and handled them in their situation. You're building value by not being cheap, adding the Ginsu steak
right,
knife, if they buy now. But it all comes from, at the beginning, we call discovery. We're just trying to find out where typical sales, they'll go, what's our 4 steps? They go report and relationship, presentation, overcoming objections, and close. Well, you don't find much of that. You don't find out when they need it in this typical process that the old-fashioned sales world tells you about. But if you make the process, the conversation, one of the first few questions to ask is, when do you need it? And then that establishes where you go from there with urgency. Make sense?
yeah, yeah. My guess is you'll still need more sales then too. So you can just kind of chalk it up as, "Oh, cool. Maybe I'll have something cooking in January or December or
Yeah.
whenever."
Right. Right. Yeah. 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 So you put it in your CRM for them, and
Yep.
so you've got more coming in. And one of the things too with this urgency business is, sometimes people feel they're strapped. They need a sale. So they're trying all kinds of crazy tricks to establish urgency, and that's why you give the steak knives and all the stuff, because you don't really have anything good enough. You don't have a good enough. You don't have good enough leads coming in from the pipeline that you have, and so they have to grasp at straws and try to trick people. And so if you set this up a little bit differently, you don't have to do all that. So we set things up so we've got all the lead, all the fat pitches. We call them fat pitches. We want people calling us saying, "Hey, I heard that you do this. So and so sent me over here." You go, "Oh, who over at Jim over at such and such. Oh, okay, how's Jim? Da 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 da." So you've got some mutual things you can talk about, and then you go, "Well, how'd you get into this business, and how fast do you need it?" So anyway, so what comes before your phone ever rings or people inquire is a really big deal too. That helps you to ease into that, to not feel stressed about I need to get this and I need to pull out other stops. You still want to you want to get all the business that you can, and you want to do the process the right way. And how you ask about when they need it is helps this urgency thing, solves the whole urgency thing.
Yep.
And and prior to that, of course, bringing in fat pitches is huge. So all these two things together make for one of the key ways that we used to get free.